Let's use the pentatonics on just one string. I want to show you the fingering on how to best do this, because there's more than one way to skin the cat, and it's always good to think about it. I'm not saying this way is the only way, but it's good to think ahead when you have those shifts going on. So first I want to play the G major pentatonic up on the E string, and I can do that by having 2 notes per shift if I go up like that. And I am literally using the fingerings of the patterns here. So this is pattern 1, pattern 3, and then pattern 6. So I want to have that under my fingers. Musical applications for this sort of thing, for example, are when you are pedaling, something like. Now I literally went with every single pattern because I have the root in between, right? So you can do little patterns like that, or pull them off into the open string. That works, of course, only if the open string is part of my sound spectrum here. So I was doing it in G major at first, and then I went into E minor. But if I wanted to play the E minor without using the open string, then I would do it right here. And again, I would have my patterns. I would be thinking of my patterns when I do the fingering. So here's pattern 1, then I'm skipping to pattern 3, and then here is pattern 6. And the same way down. So you have that in your handouts. What I also included in the handouts is using the open string. If I use it for the open string with G major, I can basically play G major and just add the E minor to it. But let's play. Let me show you some fingerings that are also work great for the open strings. So here's an alternate fingering for E minor. Actually, you can grab the first 3 with this sort of extended stretch fingering, and then go up to here like this. It's a little bit different than what I showed you before, but that's also because before I just added the E to my G major, really, so I wanted to grab that G up here as well. But if I do just the open string, it's more economical to go like this and then up. So that's your minor. Now let's look at the major. So I'm going to be playing E major up the string, and I like this fingering. I go 1, 1, pinky, shift, and then up. So this is my fingering for ascending. And this might be a shift you might want to practice to get nice and clean. Obviously you could slide it just with your left hand, but then that sounds different than the rest of them. So unless I want that, I'm not going to do that. So that's how I go up. Now going down, I use a different fingering. I go 4, 4, so that I'm prepared for this shift, and then make my way down. This is a good way to play the pentatonics up one string each using the open strings. So obviously the fingering is going to be the same for E, A, D, and your G string. And the same fingering down. So use your handout and check it out. There's lots of applications for doing that, and it's just a good thing to know to have the complete picture.